How's it? Welcome back. So here's a sleep recommendation tip that personally I do not like at all, but I figured some of you might, so I thought I would float it by you. So how many of you, more often than not, will typically go to sleep wearing socks? I'm guessing most of you don't, neither do I. But I bring this up because I saw this recommendation pop up on a channel that I really like a lot, actually, called Lucidology 101. He has a lot of unique techniques and tips and tricks when it comes to lucid dreaming, so I plan on doing more videos based off of his work. But in this one instance, I happen to disagree with his recommendation, at least in the way that it was stated in the video that I was watching, where in the video he says, wear socks, right, when you're going to sleep, even if you think you don't need them. And now I knew I wouldn't like this, but I also knew I was going to be shooting this video. So a couple of nights ago, I gave it a try and, I did not like it. I took those socks off. I found it to be too uncomfortable before I actually fell asleep. But then it also got me thinking, like, where did this recommendation come from? Because he doesn't explicitly say it in the video. And so I did a bit more research on it. So apparently it's been shown scientifically that when our appendages are warmer than the rest of our body, it has the overall effect of dropping our core body temperature, right? And when we're going to sleep, that's when we have our lowest body temperatures within a 24-hour period. So whatever you can do to cool off quickly and then stay cool should help you fall asleep and stay asleep better. However, whatever difference that makes, it must be so subtle that I would imagine, it's pretty much negligible. Now, of course, if you live in some place where it's really cold all the time, or it's the dead of winter and it's freezing outside, well then yeah, wear socks, put on a pair of warm socks. Cold feet can be very uncomfortable, but with the majority of the world not being that cold most of the time, I would have to imagine that, for the majority of the population, you probably would not want to do that. And now, granted, I'm a little bit weird. Like, I actually like my lower half of my body, my legs and my feet, to be cool and even verge on cold. So like even on my desk here, I have this fancy Vornado Transom fan that is my favorite fan ever because it can fit underneath my desk and it has a really wide area, and plus it's relatively quiet. So I can sit directly in front of it and it's still wide enough to hit my entire lower half of my body. I'm at my old house where I used to live before my wife took over everything and started running the bedroom. I used to have my fan set up in a way where it would blow wind only on my lower half of my body as I slept. And even to this day when I sleep, most of the time when I'm falling asleep initially, I like to keep my feet outside of the blanket and the fan blowing on it just I don't know, I like them cold, I guess. Granted, later on throughout the night, I do end up pulling my feet under the blanket, but initially, I like my feet out of the blanket. Then again, I realize I probably am just a little bit weird on that front. But nonetheless, I thought I would float this sleep tip out to you guys. Maybe it will help you, even though it doesn't help me. And yeah, that's it. So until the next video, keep your sleep practices legit.